Hey everyone, welcome to my quick helicopter tutorial for War Thunder. Today we're going to be flying in realistic mode. Two things I want to explain about the helicopters is there's two basic flight modes. There's the hover mode and there's the full flight mode. In the hover mode, it'll stabilize your helicopter and it's very easy to stay in one position, which is 0% hover, or go down to towards the ground, which is negative hover, or go towards the sky, which is positive hover. So that's hover mode. It's basically a very stable mode which you can go up and down. Very useful for landing or just staying in one spot and firing your weapons. The full control mode, which is COLL, which you can see underneath the RPMs, is how you move your helicopter around. I don't actually use that mode when I'm firing ATGMs or anything accurately, but you can use that mode if you're like strafing a target and flying around. So you need to realize that you have to switch between the two modes. So if you want to fire your ATGMs, first make sure you're in hover mode at 0%. Okay? And then you need to do another mode which is sight stabilization. So left button plus circle for PlayStation goes into hover mode. Left button plus X stabilizes your sights. So before you fire an ATGM, you want to get your copter off the ground easily using hover, as I'm doing now. Put it into full control, fly into position, then put it back into hover, keep the hover at 0%, which will keep you in line with the altitude, and then press triangle to switch to the sight view, and after you do that, you bring your sight on your target, and then you press the weapon stabilization mode, which on PlayStation is left button plus X, and then once you see the weapon stabilization mode, it'll look like those additional crosshairs that come in on an angle. You can fire an ATGM. You can see how stable this helicopter is. I just pulled it out of stabilization mode there. You see how it's wobbling now? And then there's it back into stabilization mode now. So, number one, go into hover mode, left bumper or left button on the D-pad plus circle, and then weapon stabilization mode, left button plus X. And that's how I fire my ATGMs. Now, for strafing, it's different. You're in full control for strafing, and you're just flying around, which is quite simple. I'm sure you guys will get the hang of it the more you fly. This is just a basic tutorial on landing, taking off, and maintaining position and firing ATGMs accurately. So, you get into hover mode by pressing left button plus circle on the PlayStation, take off from the runway, get into position with the full control, press left button plus circle again to go back into hover mode. You want your hover to be at about 0% once you're in your desired position, so that'll maintain your altitude. And then sight stabilization for the PlayStation is left button plus X, and that's how you fire ATGMs effectively. So now I'm changing the views, and I'm bringing it back into full control mode. And with this mode, you can effectively move the helicopter around the battlefield. It's less stable. I wouldn't recommend firing ATGMs in full control mode, but it's definitely a lot faster. So you're going to see us, we're in full control mode here, and we're going to do like a strafe over these vehicles. So this is what you would do if you weren't using ATGMs. If you just wanted to use like your cannons on your helicopter or your rockets, this is how you would fly your copter. You would only use hover mode when you want to do ATGMs and when you want to like land. So you can see I'm in weapon stabilization mode, but I'm still in full control, so the helicopter's still moving forward. And you can accurately engage targets this way. However, the rockets don't go where you're aiming. This is just for the gun. So you'll see me bring down the rockets in a minute here. And this is how you strafe targets in the helicopter. You're in full control mode, and you're just flying with the sticks. Like I said, this is a very simple tutorial. I'm not going into specifics here. I'm just trying to get you to be able to fire ATGMs in a stabilized mode, which is the hover mode, and to be able to land and take off effectively and maneuver your helicopter effectively. Remember, this is realistic battles we're playing here. So I'm going to come back to the runway, and right now I'm in full control mode. And to switch modes on PlayStation, once again, is left button plus circle. So I'm coming back to the runway here, and I'll give you an example of what you do, of what will happen if you're in 100% full speed ahead, and you all of a sudden bring it into hover mode. This is what happens. So I'm trying to bring it over the runway here, and then I put it into hover mode right now. And you can see the game automatically stabilize your helicopter for you. I'm not doing this. I'm just moving the camera. This is the game automatically stabilizing for me here. I got it set to hover 0%. The game is correcting my helicopter. So you can see it slowed us down. And now if you want to move your copter like more than just up and down, you got to get back out of hover mode. So you can see, fired a couple rockets there, pressed the wrong button. But now we're out of hover mode. We're in full control mode. Coming back towards the runway, and we're maneuvering our copter, because remember, hover mode is just for vertical maneuvers, up and down, and keeping stable. So we're in full control mode here, and then we're going to put it back into hover right now, and you can see the game automatically correct. Make sure you're not too low when you do that, or your blades will hit the ground. Now we're doing negative hover, and you can see us slowly bringing the chopper down. Like I said, it's just a basic tutorial, so I really hope this helped you out. You should be able to fire ATGMs effectively, strafe effectively, and hopefully land and take off effectively in realistic mode. Good luck out there, guys. I'm loving the helicopters. I'll be sure to bring you some more videos once I get the chance.